Okay, I think I am live on both devices. Things are a little different. My lighting is really dark on the Zoom. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the lighting right. So I had a family thing going on. I had to travel. I'm staying in a beautiful Airbnb, but everything's a little bit weird. So I'm holding my phone. Things are a little bit awkward. But this week I want to talk more about the thyroid and blood sugar. And I probably have talked about it a lot lately because I have the sugar workshop coming up on September 30th. So I really, 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 really hope that you sign up for that. If you have any questions, please DM me or comment. I would love to answer those questions for you. This is just such vital information. It's so important that you know your blood sugar numbers. We don't even know that we have these things going on. I can't remember the statistics. I wish I had looked them up before I got on, but with the last minute travel, I'm a little discombobulated. Anyway, like twice as many people don't know that they have blood sugar imbalance than do know. And so most of us don't even know. And when you go to the doctor and you have your glucose tested, A, did you fast? B, how accurate is that one test, right? If you're stressed out on the way to the doctor's office, or you're just like, come on, or the lab tech can't get your blood drawn correctly, or maybe you didn't really fast, those numbers are not really accurate. And so it's important to get a full panel, the fasting insulin, the fasting glucose, the A1C. We really, really, really need those numbers. And a lot of times we have conditions that we don't know about that are related to our blood sugar. I'm totally going on a tangent, but this is important information. There are some eye doctors that can actually detect high blood sugar before your blood work will even show it too. So I wish more eye doctors were aware of this, but they can see it in your eyes because, like I said before, a lot of times we experience eye damage before you're diagnosed with diabetes. And so if your A1C is running high, you know it is, you've already been told you have prediabetes, you are already in danger of irreversible eye damage. And we've got to get that fixed before. So many people have been contacting me lately about fatty liver disease. And so I don't know how they're getting tested with this. I don't know what their doctor's looking at to tell them. But why are so many people suddenly being diagnosed? I mean, I can tell you what I think, but if that's an issue, that's blood sugar. We've got to get your blood sugar under control. It's related to heart conditions, it's related to autoimmune disease, it's related to your thyroid, so many different things. And so it's so important. And this workshop is it's 3 hours. It's on a Saturday. I know that's a little bit hard, the end of September, nice weather and all, but it is so important. I think it would be great for you. I also have a link to get a CGM, continuous glucose monitor. I just got mine. When you order it, it's kind of pricey unless you can get your doctor to order it for you. You can get a prescription, your insurance will pay for it if your doctor will give you that prescription. If not, I have a way for you to get a link. And so to get your CGM, I can give you the link. And so that's just a great way. You go through a doctor this way as well. But you do have to pay out of pocket. There's an annual fee. You get an app on your phone. And then it's so awesome because for me, it's not what I eat. It's up here. It's my stress. And so I wake up in alarm state, my glucose goes up. I get stressed out on what's going on, my glucose goes up. I just really have trouble with stress. I'm type A, go, 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 and I have trouble slowing down. And so some of you are like that too. So what I wanted to talk about was the thyroid. What can we do about our thyroid and our blood sugar? One of the most important things is focusing on our greens. Greens are so important with helping with blood sugar. For most of my clients, I recommend, actually everybody, if you could, greens 3 times a day. That is so important for our heart health. There's just so many things we can get from our greens. People think that greens don't have a lot going for them, but they're so high percentage-wise in protein. Now, if I wanted to get a lot of protein, I would have to eat an awful lot of greens. But if you saw my picture yesterday for my dinner, and I'm here in the Airbnb, I got a packet of super greens, that you got buy in the store that's already just mixed greens with kale and spinach and all that. And I just water sauteed it. And I did the entire package. And that photo's half because I split half with somebody else. And so it cooks down, it disappears, right? And so it looks like a lot of greens when you buy the package and they cook down really quickly. But if you can just find different ways, putting greens, if you can't get fresh greens for your breakfast or figure out how to put them in, use some greens powders. but do something to get some greens. Now, that's not my first choice. If you're traveling, sometimes that's the best way. If you like right here, the grocery store is pathetic. I did see a Whole Foods, so I'm going there today. And then make sure you're having raw salad every single day. And people say, I don't like salad. That's because we're used to that wimpy iceberg lettuce salad with a slice of tomato and cucumber, but soup it up. You add some roasted vegetables, add some beans or peas, add some nuts and seeds, add some carrots, something, add some things to it. You can really pump them up. Y'all see my pictures I post every day. Throw your leftovers on top of greens, make a delicious salad dressing. If you look in my YouTube, I just did some dressing recipes not too long ago. It was 2 or 3 creamy dressings, because I like creamy dressings. They're super easy. I actually have probably 5 or 6 videos about dressings in here. It's all about the dressing, and add some seeds, right? Pumpkin seeds for zinc. Zinc is so important right now. People are worried about the virus going around. Get some pumpkin seeds, eat it with your raw fruits and vegetables, and that's going to pump up your zinc. And that's also going to help you with your blood sugar. And so those raw vat salads help you with your blood sugar, unless you're filling them up with croutons and things like that. We don't want that. We want to choose things that are lower on the glycemic index. If you're struggling with blood sugar, then definitely croutons are not your friend. But these also greens help with inflammation. And so a lot of times when we're inflamed, that causes blood sugar spikes. If you're eating foods that are not right for you, that's causing digestive inflammation. Inflammation raises cortisol, which raises your blood sugar. And so you want to make sure you're not eating inflammatory foods. And so foods that you are sensitive to, foods you know you shouldn't eat. And if you are having trouble with blood sugar, it's important to just eliminate those suspicious type foods, and maybe removing all known allergens. Maybe you don't think that you are allergic to it, but it's like in my resets, when we eliminate, dairy, gluten, peanuts, soy, all those different things, people start, when they add them back in, they go, wow, I never even knew I had a problem with this. Because you can tell right away if you eliminate it for several days and then test it back. Now, for me, with the gluten, it took a couple of months of eliminating and then testing. But it's hard. It's individualized, right? But the leafy greens, it can also help with your digestive health, helps move things along. And like for many people with thyroid illnesses, especially like Hashimoto's is slowing everything down, including digestion. And the greens can help to speed that up. It can help with repairing the linings and things like that. Another thing that is really helpful is vitamin A rich foods, which are your reds and oranges. And so eating foods that are in those colors. Unfortunately, a lot of those are higher on the glycemic index. And so like last night, I ate half of a sweet potato, but it's really testing and seeing how you react to the sweet potato. Maybe winter squash is better for you than a sweet potato. Maybe carrots are better for you. However, cooked carrots can usually spike blood sugar, where raw carrots don't as much, but you have to eat a whole lot more to absorb that vitamin A. But we need the vitamin A for our gut lining. That's really important. Cruciferous vegetables. So many people with the thyroid conditions have been told not to eat cruciferous vegetables. You don't eat too much broccoli, blah, blah, blah. However, the studies that showed that used extreme amounts of broccoli. I remember talking about this a few weeks ago. You are not going to eat that much. If you are juicing broccoli or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts or cabbage all day long and eating cooked broccoli and Brussels sprouts raw and cooked all day long, then maybe you would start having problems with that. But that is really way overeating those cruciferous vegetables. It's so important to eat them. There's so many benefits in there. Don't avoid them due to your thyroid condition, however, or diagnosis. We don't want to claim it. However, just don't juice cruciferous vegetables all day long, as well as eating it all day, right? So like I eat cruciferous vegetables every day, but I'm not juicing them and eating them all day, every day. Now I will juice like kale stems and still have some greens in my salad and maybe some at dinner. So might still have cruciferous vegetables 3 times a day, but not in extreme amounts. Okay. So they should be fine for you. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts, we know, are wonderful for the thyroid. They're also important for our blood sugar balancing. We need that selenium to help with the thyroid. We need the thyroid imbalance to maintain our blood sugar, and we need our blood sugar imbalance to maintain the thyroid. And so Brazil nuts high in selenium, which is very important. and high in fiber as well. Sunflower seeds also have selenium. You just have to eat more sunflower seeds to get as much selenium as in Brazil nuts. So if you can't have nuts, sunflower seeds are a great choice. They also have antioxidants and things like that. Antioxidants help with inflammation, help with DNA repair, which can help with our blood sugar balance. Berries. So berries are very high in fiber, very high in antioxidants, very high in vitamin C. So this helps with detoxification. They help with inflammation. They can help with blood sugar balancing. However, we have to test it. So once again, it's really, 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 there's no one size fits all. We're very individual. I can eat blueberries, but I have a friend who cannot eat blueberries because it spikes their blood sugar. So you really, really, really need to test. Don't guess, test and see how it does for you, which is something else we're going to be teaching in our workshop. Vitamin C rich foods, that's all of your raw fruits and vegetables, not necessarily oranges. Everyone thinks oranges. Test your oranges to see how your blood sugar does. Some people do okay, some people do not. Berries are usually lower in the glycemic index, so that's why I like the berries. Quinoa. Quinoa is very, very high in protein. It's a complete protein. So people who say you can't eat vegan, yes, you can, and get everything. You don't have to just eat quinoa. When we eat lots of greens with something else, we're going to get along because most of the amino acids are in there when we eat other foods later in the day. Remember, we recycle those amino acids. There's no problem getting enough amino acids. Most of us way overeat protein. When we eat too much protein, then that is turned into carbohydrates. And also when you eat too much protein, especially in the form of meat, it's harmful in the kidneys. If you have harmful things going on with your kidneys, you're going to have blood sugar problems. So we have to be really careful with that. So quinoa is very high in zinc, very high in magnesium. It even contains some selenium. And so those things are going to help with blood sugar balancing. Another food that I really like for the thyroid and blood sugar is avocado. Avocado, that beautiful green color is wonderful, high in chlorophyll, full of vitamins and minerals. Avocados are high in a monounsaturated fat, which we know is wonderful for the heart. And then it's just a good healthy fat, high in fiber. People say I can't eat it because it's too high in fat. It's a different kind of fat. It's not the saturated types of fat, packed with the fiber, all in all low calorie compared to some other foods. I'll add some avocado, especially to your salads. If you're eating salads, make sure you have some kind of fat in there. Nuts or seeds or avocado or olives. I don't like oils unless you need to. I've actually been using more olive oil lately, but you want to make sure it's a high quality, cold pressed in a glass bottle, dark glass bottle, if you do use oils. Now, if you are overweight, then stick with the whole foods so that you have the fiber in there. If you are underweight, then using the oils may be beneficial for you if you're trying to put some weight on. And adding avocado is a great way. So my point was, we need to absorb those fat soluble vitamins. The fat soluble vitamins are so important for the intestinal lining. We absorb a lot of those in the intestines. We need the intestinal lining to be in good repair with the vitamin A, a nice form of mucilage, which some people, because due to their genes, have problems with that. And so we need to make sure we're looking at the genes. And so that's something else that will be coming up in a couple months. I'll be talking more about genetics and our tendencies for digestive conditions and things like that. So if you're interested in that, let me know too. But for now, let's focus on blood sugar, right? Avocados are very high in the B vitamins, and we need B vitamins for detoxification as well as blood sugar balancing. Some things that you can use to help with blood sugar are cinnamon. Cinnamon, it helps with the digestive tract, but it also helps with insulin sensitivity. And so there have been a lot of studies that show how sprinkle cinnamon on your chia porridge, things like that. Not only does it give you a delicious flavor without adding sugar, it can also help with your blood sugar response, which can be really great. Chia seeds, which I already mentioned, the chia porridge chia seeds are very high in omega-3s and omega-6s, but they're very high in omega-3s, which is wonderful for our brain health. You hear about people eating or taking fish oil or eating cold water fish. Well, if you don't eat fish, you may not want the fish oil. That's me. I don't eat fish or fish oil. And so I just make sure that I'm eating high quality seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds, which are also very high in protein. They're a complete protein as well, for brain health, but also for inflammation. They're very anti-inflammatory. Walnuts are included in there as well. So those are wonderful for blood sugar balancing, also for the thyroid, also for brain health. And so if you can incorporate chia, flax, hemp, and some source every single day, that would be great. Just keep them in your freezer or your fridge. I like to grind what I need for the week and keep the ground ones in the freezer. And then I just take them out. I brought them with me. They're in the freezer here at my B&B. That's something that I just think is that important for me to have. Anyway, I hope that that was helpful. I did see a question today that was on soy milk. So I do like soy. The studies came out that soy is very beneficial actually for cancers. The study that came out that was they're very high in estrogens have been proven wrong. You can check, there's tons and tons and tons of studies out there. We are mammals. And so we do react to mammalian estrogens, which come from dairy. But the plant-based, plant sterols, the plant estrogens are actually very, very beneficial. They help to help us process those other estrogens to help with estrogen dominance and things like that. So I'm so glad that you asked about soy milk. So with the soy milk, I lost my Facebook Live, so hopefully it's popping back on. With soy milk, so I'm trying to think of what I do with mine. I soak them, so make sure you soak them very well. Soak at least overnight, and then I rinse them really, really well, and then I put them in my almond. Do I have no? I have a Soyabella. My Soyabella cooks and grinds at the same time. Now, when I have made my own soy milk, I'm trying to remember what I did. I ground them all up first, and then I boiled them on the stove, and then I ground them again and strained them that way. Soyabella makes it even easier. It's pretty inexpensive. I don't even think it's $100. And you soak them overnight, rinse them, put them in the Soyabella, and then it does all the work for you. And you get a delicious, creamy milk. And so I love the Soyabella. I'm not an affiliate for them, but I do like, if you regularly do drink soy milk, that may be a good choice for you. But I hope that that was helpful. Let me look really quick. I'm having to hold my phone. So let me see if I have any other questions. I actually don't know how to look on my phone at the same time. Well, if you have any questions, please comment. And I hope that you all have a fantastic week. And I hope that things are different for me too. And I will be back home and we can do this in my normal way next week. So have a great week. I'll put a link in here for the sugar workshop, Unveiling the Sweet Truth. I really, really hope that you will join me. It's just vital, vital, vital information. Thank you. Have a great week.